Whatever management's paying you, worth it. Yeah.
Protectorate personnel, only beyond this point. Leave immediately. If you are not of the Protectorate, you are this unit's enemy. Preparing to unleash disproportionate amount of ammunition on unresponsive bystander.
Proceeding to attack. Yeah. Yeah.
This place should be locked down and buttoned up tighter than Tristan's attitude. So, where is everyone?
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for an important announcement from the console. Attendance is mandatory.
Mandatory? Whew, that's not good. Those are always bad news.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Resorting to violence.
Job queue maximum exceeded. Excluding additional input.
Yeah.
Due to an anomalous event, the interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype rift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
Yeah.
If that modulator device truly lets us modify rifts, it might be the most important device in the universe. And that's not hyperbole. I don't do hyperbole, dear.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
Wonder how long ago the Order predicted this. Assume the presiding bishop's been keen to the possibility for some time.
As bad as the Sovereign was, the Consul will be worse.
So dry those tears as I call upon you to stand tall with renewed zeal. Together, we will finish our great sovereign's work and purge Arcadia of those who seek to harm us. We shall clench our victory and step into the prosperous future our matriarch promised.
Restorative cocktail to abrade my imperfections. Glory found.
Be something here.
I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second.
I may not be as partial to violence as I once was, but I'd be happy to make an exception in this case if you'd like, Commander. Well, you know where to find me should you change your mind.
Do I know you? Your voice sounds strikingly familiar.
I don't think... I mean, definitely not. You must be mistaken.
Well, your assistant seems spirited. But do not mistake me. I only want the appropriate measures to be taken in response to what appears to be a significant security breach. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of. Naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. Coincidence is not causation, I know. But with recent events being what they are, it's difficult not to draw certain unpalatable theories beyond mere incompetence. Sabotage comes foremost to mind, though the perpetrator and purpose remain a mystery. If only Valancourt was not at permanent cross-purposes with me. Suspects? I only began this cerebration mere minutes ago. Until today, assuming one of my staff held malice aforethought toward the Sovereign would have been inconceivable. Much can be said of Valancourt's unsavory character, but a traitor he is not. But if not him, then who? I should have known you were here for the prototype. But for what ill-begotten purpose, I wonder? If that is true, then your goals and mine may be in closer alignment than I thought. Everything is turning base over apex today. Even though we have expanded our efforts beyond the modulator's use, Valancourt would still pay for such a theft. And I'll need it to reopen the rift in the closed-off wing. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? No, that would be outrageous, unthinkable. Except, whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding Protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Aren't you clever? Well, I too am clever. For instance, I've already deduced a means for achieving access to the restricted wing. Should you be willing to assist me? That is privileged information. Some things I cannot divulge, even under pain of death. This is one of them. All I can say is that the prototype is just that. A proof of concept rendered in miniature. Back to the topic at hand. Do we have an accord? Or do you intend to make further errors in judgment by rejecting my help? The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by making a mistake, and that the cause of the disaster was due to someone else's malfeasance, deliberate or otherwise. The prototype rift modulator is currently an interstitial hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here. and we'll go together to the wing. Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but go ahead. In public, Henry has adopted the affectations of his father. In private, he is much more personable, though meddlesome too. Always wanting to be involved in the experiments. He becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. You could say he has a vested interest. He and the consul wore coats cut from the same stern cloth. Henry has never quite matched either of them, in terms of temperament or severity. That's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power, and if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors, I assure you I will not. A technicality. He's inferior in every way that matters. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into rifts, following a significant setback to our studies elsewhere. How do you know about that? That disaster and its link to the death of the Sovereign's family was not made public. No one outside of this facility is supposed to know of it. Regardless, even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from it as well. We're now able to generate rifts safely within containment. Or, we were. Due to the exacerbation of the greater rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable. Some breaking containment or spawning outside of it altogether. Far be it from me to tell you how to operate, but I would not linger here overlong were I you. Valancourt is bound to notice your presence sooner or later. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but go ahead.
Bivouacking on Cloister. Missing his testament.
Combatant observed.
That somebody?
I'll handle this.
Whatever's in there has been pushed to the outer limits of the universal equation.
Anomaly modulator. To think that such a thing actually exists. I've no words.
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom available to you. Avail yourself of it. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage? You cannot fault me for trying. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may fly more freely than words, if you survive that long.
Enemy spotted.
Mobilizing. Investigating hostile intentions. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information, albeit imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later today to discuss my findings more in depth. Note to self, impress upon the Sovereign the risks of this research, lest he insist on attending the next demonstration. I surely cannot rely on Valancourt to do his actual job.
Yeah.
Unfriendly company.
Eyes open.
The Sovereign never seemed especially perturbed. You know what Buddhist always says.
Yeah.
Ordinary. Hostile regard. Don't be reluctant to unfold any rifts you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
I admit an intense curiosity to find out what's inside that obscure look. up my aggression. Mobilize.
You suppose there's been another incident? Like the one with the Sovereign?
No. It seems we may have been intruded upon during the Consul's announcement. I heard it from one of Valancourt's men. An outsider, apparently. Violent.
How ghastly. Well, Valancourt no doubt has it in hand. Perhaps this will take some of his edge off and he'll let us alone after.
A hypothesis that does not hold much water, I fear.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Resorting to violence. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Aggressor at hand.
Presently moving. Sowing confusion. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Being breaking for cover!
Hostilities are afoot. How very tidy and organized this all is. I imagine Valancourt's dirty secrets are filed in alphabetical order.
My family's wise counselor for more years than I have drawn breath, Emery. But that does not grant you the right to challenge my will.
Why, I challenge nothing. I simply offer guidance where I may. I've neither the wish nor the strength to usurp your authority.
I know you have designs on my rift research. What I cannot understand is what you intend to do with it. What exactly are you plotting?
Suspicion is unbecoming, Henry. And restoring Arcadia to resplendence is my sole aim, as it should be yours. Yet you remain intent to use the rift for the most tenuous of means.
You forget yourself, Consul. Pray, I do not forget all the loyal service you have given me, or you might lose more than just your standing in my affections.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time then. I'll lead us to the restricted wing now. Once there, reopen the rift using the modulator, so we can begin searching for clues. There's the sorry excuse of interstitial reconfigurating matter that claimed my arm. Let's open the hood, shall we? Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original scene. That could lead us to the evidence we need. You've discovered something? I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. The man cannot defecate without humming a Protectorate anthem. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's mercurial behavior, it seems there was yet more I did not know about him. Did you uncover anything else? How did this go unnoticed during final checks? This is surely why the rift destabilized on us. I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any additional points of data, please share them. I think I can formulate my own conclusion from here. Our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, can I count on you to do the rest? He wouldn't dare. I've devoted more hours to studying rifts than almost anyone living. And since the Order abandoned us, The Protectorate does not have minds like mine to spare.
Hold on now. The Order hardly abandoned the Protectorate. You Yaysayers attempted to assassinate our presiding bishop. That's not even mentioning your meddling with the rifts.
Nevertheless, we have gotten off topic. Trust me, I know Valancourt. This will work. The dead do make poor chroniclers. Very well. Much as I would like to be present for the hoisting of Valancourt's petard, there's sense in what you say. Valancourt is unlikely to provide conversation before slipping you a bullet, so I recommend slipping him one first. Be ready to fight and give him no quarter. When it's done, return to me. Erstwhile, I will be doing my ample best not to chew through my nail beds. You have an update, I hope. I've already shared more with you than I ought have, but go ahead. I'd theorized long exposure to a rift might result in severe variance to weaponry. Well, you are welcome to it. Being proven right is its own pleasure.
Investigating hostile intent.
Guards, see to this intruder with extreme presence. Guards,
back and scared.
no one around here even no matter. I will deal with it myself.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Combat problem.
Reconnoiter. My vexation. What? Giving chase. Attempting to pursue. Initiating search.
I'll handle adversary button.
I heard fighting. Well, what happened? Did he beg forgiveness? Did he grovel? Thus always to traitors. Morale will certainly improve in the lab now, I should think, provided Valancourt's replacement is not also an absolute pilgarlic. I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it with my gratitude. I'm not sure murdering the head of security at a highly valued research facility makes the argument you think it does, but noted. Have no fear. No evidence of our little collaboration will survive. I'll see to it. Thank you again, but you mustn't stay. Go. I'll handle the cleanup.
Now that you have the rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rifts could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem-solving may be required in reaching them.
Proceeding to attack. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Can't stop me that easy.
You suffered extensive damage, Commander. I have a fix on their weaknesses.